J. Cole, birthday blizzard. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It Music Reviews Season 12. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. I thought, for Season 12, and I thought, for Thursday night, instead of, immediately talking about whatever the new shit that released, we can talk about what the shit's released on J. Cole's birthday, which I did miss because I did have an album review, or I had a couple of album reviews that I had to get out. But now we're doing a whole ass mixtape review. Now, I go on Twitter and they say this is an EP, and then supposedly this is like a mixtape. I don't know. I'm gonna say this is like a mixtape because this is rapping over beats that, that are well known and that what people already do know. EP is more like your own project, not like freestyles, it's like your own project, but it's like 4 to 5 songs. This is like 4 to 5 freestyles. And, so I'm going to kind of grade it on that scale. But J. Cole drops some new music. This is before the big old fall off, which is literally happening next month. I mean, next month is going to be fucking absolutely, cinema for reviewing music on this show because J. Cole's returned. If you don't know, the fall off is an album that's been in the works ever since, the beginning, way like before on this show, like this is like a 10-year album in the making. This album's been teased by J. Cole for fucking years. I mean, you can like listen to a J. Cole rap song, going back in time, and you're gonna get a reference to the Fall Off album. He's been referencing this album for so fucking long. People have been waiting for this album for so fucking long. That is kind of crazy that it's really coming out next fucking month. And, a next month on a good old fucking, on the 6th. So, that's just insane to me that, J. Cole is dropping his album, like, actually. But how do I feel about this new little birthday blizzard kind of like, mixtape going on here? First of all, the beat selections are absolutely phenomenal. I love the boom bap sound. I love all the different instrumentation that's on these boom bap beats. It's simple, but it definitely does get the job done. It's nothing bad. Nothing where I'm going, this doesn't sound fucking good. Nah, I'm not really fucking with this. No. Alright? Every single one of these beats has a little something to it, whether that's the piano, whether that's, the fucking bass line, whether that's, the drums that actually really sound profound. There's all these different elements that just sound really good once they start working together. So I overall really enjoy the sound of this overall project. I love the production. I love the boom bap sound. And when you can actually rap over it, when you can actually, sound fucking good sounding over these beats, I'm going to have a good ass time listening to this type of music. Now let's get into this mixtape. We're going to rate each track 1 out of 5, and then I'll give you my final score at the end of how I'm feeling. Starting off with track 1, let's get into Bronx Zoo Freestyle. I love the hunger that J. Cole has on this song. I love the rapping on here. I love all the different flow switches that J. Cole's able to hit. And one of those things that, it's kind of like a meme or kind of, laughing, kind of J. Cole's music because he's that fucking legendary, is the fact that sometimes J. Cole can rap all this shit, can rap all this, or blah, 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 but he'll sound really dead, or he'll sound like he's got nothing to his vocals. He's not going to have any switch-ups. He's not going to have any, like, crazy-ass fucking, really expressing himself vocally. This track kind of proves that all wrong with this freestyle right here. I love the hunger. I love how he's sounding on here. The flow, the rapping. Everything here is absolutely on fucking point, absolutely on fucking fire here. Overall, this is a nice starting freestyle. We even get to Golden Goose. Golden Goose is the next track, and this is kind of taking it slower, letting that piano shine, letting that classic J. Cole rapping style really come out. The flows on here are absolutely fantastic. I'm loving how they're fucking sounding. I like how J. Cole's just hitting these kind of like, it sounds like it could be like a lazy thing a rapper's doing, the way he's flowing. But no, because this is actually some fucking rap skill. This is actually, most rappers can't even pull off this, basic of a flow. They're struggling to even fucking do that. And this is kind of J. Cole showing you, like, I'm that motherfucking guy. And that's a really cool thing, in my opinion. So this second freestyle too, I forgot to rate them already. Number 1, the first freestyle is getting an easy 4 out of 5. This one's also easily getting a 4 out of 5. Winter Storm, I really like the piano on Winter Storm. I like how these drums sound really fucking great. The rapping here too is just absolutely on point with J. Cole. I overall really enjoy what I'm hearing. I think Winter Storm might not be my favorite off this whole little mixtape, but I will say this is a nice fucking freestyle. 4 out of 5. Next one, 99 Build Free. Now, I know fucking Polo G did some basketball 99 Bulls recently, but this is how you fucking do it. If you're going to put basketball shape, if you're going to put, those type of bars or fucking titles, actually fucking go crazy on it. This is how you actually go crazy on this shit, alright? The beat, the boom bap fucking beat goes hard on here. The rapping on here, the flows, everything about this fucking freestyle is absolutely fantastic. I'd easily give this shit a fucking 5 out of 5. And then we end with Birthday Blizzard, the final track. This one's kind of hey, I'm here. I'm gonna talk my shit. Quit asking for new music. We got the fall off on this date. Shut the fuck up. Alright? Quit telling me to drop new music. Fuck you. And I really like that energy. I like it when rappers talk shit. Sometimes I feel like these rappers, especially recently, you have the whole thing with Young Thug where Young Thug is apologizing to a bunch of rappers. If you are going to be the best, if you are going to say that you're fucking him, stand on that shit, Fuck all these other rappers, fuck all these other people, Stand on your fucking shit. So I love when rappers talk their shit. I love how they fucking, go crazy. And it provides some good-ass hunger. Now, here's the thing with this whole beef thing. I know J. Cole said, he was in the top 3, then he's out of the top 3, but that's just, going to drive him. That's going to make him more hungry, which I do like that. But let's be honest with ourselves here. Just because J. Cole didn't go 1-to-1 with Kendrick Lamar like Drake and Kendrick Lamar did, doesn't mean J. Cole is out of the top 3. Am I a little disappointed? Am I, a little disappointed that, J. Cole didn't fucking go crazy? He didn't just delete the diss. I wish he would have, went harder or dropped a harder diss track on Kendrick Lamar or whatever, Of course, I want to see that battle. But at the end of the day, it doesn't excuse, doesn't, lower down J. Cole's ability to rap, to really flow on these tracks. J. Cole can still fucking do it. J. Cole can still sound fucking fire. And these little freestyles really just kind of, carve that point in. I might not be in your top 3, but it doesn't matter. At the bottom, I'm at my best. When you're down in life, that's when you're at your fucking best. So overall, I really enjoy this little Birthday Blizzard mixtape, EP, all these different fucking tracks. And it's got me really excited for the fall off. I can't wait to check it out. I can't wait to listen to this album. I'm so ready for next month. Next month's gonna be fucking cinema. Good ass shit that's gonna be coming out. Overall, I would easily give this whole little mixtape an easy, fucking easy 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for the whole entire thing. Most rappers can't even drop albums that are at this quality. These are just freestyles. These freestyles have more quality than a lot of the music that I reviewed last year. A lot of the shit that I checked out in 2025. This shit right here wipes all of that off the fucking market. Alright, I'm just gonna be fucking honest with y'all. So, 8 out of 10. Let me know. Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, guys. We're dropping new content every single day. And thank y'all so much for checking out this podcast episode. Thank y'all for supporting the show. I can't wait to drop another episode. Can't wait to keep talking about more music with y'all. And I'll see y'all later. You have a good one. Yeah, guys. Bye.